everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features arguably the best defense in the NFL. The Vikings are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against a Seahawks offense that wants to prove it can do some damage.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Second down following the run. Off the play fake to Cook. Here's Bradford. Try to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 49 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now Bradford on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. First carry for Thomas Rawls. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now Wilson on second down. This complete to Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawks first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. To throw again. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tougher role that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's Wilson looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And Rudolph has it left side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 5 catches, 59 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
On second down, Cook. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Play action now. Bradford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On second down, Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Malik McDowell breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
They run. Cook. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He
was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing is Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sharif Floyd in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. On second down, here's Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got Lockett. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, but we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On second down, Rawls. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
When a quarterback sneak is run well, many at home wonder, what's so tough about that? Just take the snap and move forward. But it really pays to be shifty like a Russell Wilson, because you have to know where the hole is and get there quickly.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
His throw incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Wilson, he finds his running back, Rawls. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Folk out there now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Cook getting the handoff for Bradford. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. That one goes for 24 yards. Now Cook running right. And some room to roam now. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Cook following the penalty. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A second down throw for Bradford. And it's caught. And he's brought down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Shift together here from the D-line. Second down, Bradford. And he floats one there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's third down.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Third and goal, Bradford. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense to get the ball back.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They set up the screen to Rawls. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Here's Wilson, forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. For 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sharif Floyd in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But these guys are going to chomp into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Wilson looking to throw on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them. Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Here's Wilson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And he locates Luke Wilson. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson now to throw on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Wilson on the keeper. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Sam Bradford now along with the Vikings heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is knocked down from the side. That one goes for 36 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
This will be caught inside the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run with Cook. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Bradford. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense? He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. To throw on second down. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. 20. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's third down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays. fire another one into the end zone.
Eluding the... And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Folk out there now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there at 22. Give. This is Cook. He's to the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Folk out there now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. The play fake to Murray. Now it's Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. The left side caught by Diggs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup at 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Pass incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Throwing again here, Wilson. Dancing to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sharif Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way. Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On 3rd down, it's Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And they'll go ahead and spike it here as that stops the clock with just under a minute to go now. And, Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Linval Joseph in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game, though.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.